you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for allowing me to move a resolution on the rules 121 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business.
You please move first.
The text of my resolution is as follows. This House do resolve to allocate adequate fund in the state budget towards developing much required venue infrastructure with modern day amenities at a suitable location in proximity to Shillong city for the comfortable congregation of spirited people, young and old, at future events to be organized.
Okay. Resolution moved. You may initiate now.
Once again, thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, and all the honorable members of this August House. As I would like to express and also to impress, not just to express, but to impress the House in regards with this very genuine subject which I'm going to deliver. Mr. Speaker, sir, with due reverence, I want it to be made known in this August House that at the start of this year, the state of Meghalaya got to witness the largest ever gathering of people at a single event. The location was an open field at Boirembong in Riboy district, and the event was held for 4 consecutive days. No, it was not cherry blossom festival. It was not a music concert of any world famous artist or band. But the crowd turnout at this event was way, way larger than any entertainment festival or music concert ever organized in the state. 20,000 people came on the first day, 50,000 turnout on the second day. The number doubled to 1 lakh people attending on the third day. And on the fourth and final day, the count was 1,80,000 people who gathered at the event. These numbers, yes, they sound unbelievable. And one needs only to look up images of the event online to be convinced. No government department or agency, no even management company, no political party, not even any church organization has ever before managed to organize an event that attracted the scale of audience. Mr. Speaker, sir, it was an independently organized event led by a group of 3 friends, a gospel musician and local entrepreneur named Willie, a chef called Atom, and a father devoted to more than 100 foster care children known as Pastor Cross. Just these 3 friends, but God willing, they managed to rally volunteers and partners who helped put together an incredible event to remember. The name of the event was Meghalaya Revival and Healing Festival. And Mr. Speaker, sir, Mr. Chairman, sir, why I am citing this event in this August House is because at the time when there is so much wrong, so much failure, so much hopelessness, when we look around a state this event gathering is saying something else. Mr. Chairman, sir, we look around and we see that our beloved state is in the news for all the wrong reason. Our state is on national news for failure in governance and law and order. Although our state is projecting stories of success of government schemes and policies. Yet, on national statistics, our state is still prominent for its poor performance in education, in health, in infrastructure, and in employment. The despair is not just with government. There is despair in our society in general. And amidst all this wrong and this failure, there is an overall sense of hopelessness and of desperation in people of the state, especially young people. So at the start of this year, Mr. Chairman, sir, when people, young and old, from across the state and from even outside the state, gather in the largest number at Bhoirambong in Riboy district for the Meghalaya Revival and Healing Festival. It was indeed a significant event, even in the state, that speak of hope and change. Mr. Chairman, sir, the question that honorable members of this House might probably be thinking is, what relevance does such an event gathering have to merit discussion in this August House? Well, this is, after all, the House of Representatives of the people. And as I mentioned earlier at the start, 20,000 people came on the first day, 50,000 on the second day, 1 lakh people on the third day, and on the fourth day, 1,80,000 people. Unimaginable. All these people who came were not from my constituency alone, not just from 70 North Shillong constituency, no, but from almost every other assembly constituency in the Khasi Hills, the Jaintia Hills, and even the Garo Hills. More than 90% of the people attending the event were young people. And very importantly, all of them are voters who are eligible to make a decision for hope and for change in the next assembly election that is only just 2 more years away. Mr. Chairman, sir, I'm sure not everyone would like to hear what I just remarked. So I quickly shift to a few questions which should certainly be of concern to this August House of the Representative of the people. When so many people came to Meghalaya Revival and Healing Festival, how did they reach the venue? Through all the highway traffic. Where did they park the vehicles, two-wheelers and buses? How far did the old and the infirm have to walk from their vehicles to reach the venue? Since it was a healing festival, was there suitable amenities for the sick and the infirm? Did it have a dedicated area for children? Were there adequate toilets? How was drinking water provided? All these questions beg the attention of this August House. Mr. Chairman, sir, I'm aware that this is the state legislature where we make law, where we frame policies, and where we allocate funds in the budget, and we do all this for the people. We don't ever forget it. We don't ever forget that. The people of Meghalaya, in large numbers, love football, love sports. So the government builds for the people playgrounds and stadiums, outdoor, indoor, synthetic turf. The people of Meghalaya in also large numbers love music. So the government builds for the people auditoriums, hosts regular concert and funds, annual festival. The people of Meghalaya in even larger numbers, cutting across church denominations, love to congregate together simply in pursuit of one redeeming faith. Yet the government has not in all these years have the wisdom to provide the people a permanent congregation venue with suitable infrastructure and modern day amenities. Of course, we see development of roads, water connection, and electricity suddenly coming to rural villages, which happen to get the opportunity to host big church gathering like presbytery, synod, and assembly, etc. In fact, we must acknowledge that such church gathering in the Khasi and Jaintia Hills are really God sent for infrastructure development to come to that area. But what has not happened is for the state government to spend on building venue infrastructure for large church gathering at one permanent venue. That has not happened so far. Mr. Chairman, sir, perhaps many question why government should spend on infrastructure for people congregating at religious event. Well, it is not a new thing. We look around the country. Governments in other states spend big on religious sites, on developing infrastructure for the gathering of devotees, for religious tourism. We see it happening in North India, in South India, and in other parts of India. We see it happening even in other states of the Northeast. So it is not going to be an isolated case if government spends similarly in the state of Meghalaya. As it is, government already spent lavishly on lighting up Khindailat and decorating its street year after year for the festive gathering of people around Christmas time. Yet Khindailat will not be enough as a venue for a gathering of spirited people like the numbers seen at Bhoirambong at the start of this year. There is the option of Lariti Auditorium at Maudiang Dam in New Shillong. Yes, that is a fine example of good venue infrastructure. One that is definitely better than all the sports ground at Polo. But again, the huge numbers like the one attending the Meghalaya revivals and healing festival will not be fully accommodated at Lariti. It certainly has to be a larger area with more open space, multiple road access, and plenty of parking. Mr. Chairman, sir. So, it is up to the government to consider the suitable location because time is short. People want the Meghalaya Revival and Healing Festival to be held again around the same time next year, and they are expecting it to be bigger than the first time. It is very possible the crowd will double or more. The government, meanwhile, has yet to put things in place. But I suppose it won't be difficult for the government to come out with venue, infrastructure, as it is already in full swing, preparing for the hosting of national games in 2027. Now we know that the plan to host the national games in Meghalaya has been getting postponed for the last 5 years. And if there are no more delays, then venue infrastructure will be ready by early next year. The state of Meghalaya has won many belts. It has called itself the rock capital of India. It has made itself known as a football powerhouse from the northeast. It has promoted itself as high-end tourism destination. How about attempting something far a lot simpler? Just as a state that provides spirited people, young and old, a suitable space to congregate comfortably in the greatest numbers for spiritual events that is a testament to their holy faith. Every year, the government allocates funds in the state budgets in various sectors, all intended to bring about a positive change towards the well-being of the people of the state. Therefore, I feel that allocating adequate fund for developing venue infrastructure with modern-day amenities is going to be very much in line with the positive intention of the government. And I do believe that government will surely not disappoint the lakhs of people across the state who were touched by the Meghalaya Revival and Healing Festival this year. I almost come to conclusion, Mr. Chairman, sir. In this August House, we as legislator usually are accustomed to deliberating on matters relating to material and monetary needs of our constituency, rights of the people we represent. Today, Mr. Chairman, sir, I would like to move away from the usual subject and speak about something relating to the spiritual needs of the people, not just for the body and mind, but for the soul too. With these very few words, Mr. Chairman, sir, I conclude my submission and hope that honorable members of this August House will gracefully show support to my resolution, which is this House do resolve to allocate adequate fund in the state budget towards developing much required venue infrastructure with modern-day amenities at a suitable location in proximity to Shillong city for the comfortable congregation of spirited people, young and old, at future event to be organized. With these few submissions, I would like to resume my seat. Thank you.